President Joe Biden marked International Women's Day Monday by nominating 2 women to be 4-star generals and signing 2 executive orders creating a Gender Policy Council and reviewing Trump-era changes to Title IX, the federal law prohibiting sex-based discrimination in education. The president nominated General Jacqueline Van Ovost, current commander of Air Mobility Command for the U.S. Air Force, to be commander for the U.S. Transportation Command. He also nominated Lieutenant General Laura Richardson, current commanding general of U.S. Army North, to be commander for the U.S. Southern Command. If confirmed, the Ovost and Richardson will become the second and third women to lead a combatant command. General Laura Richardson, retired commander of U.S. Northern Command for the U.S. Air Force from 2016 to 2018, was the first woman to serve as a combatant commander since their establishment in 1986. Biden earlier signed an executive order establishing the White House Gender Policy Council to work with other policy councils to advance gender equality in domestic and foreign policy development, combat systemic bias and discrimination, including sexual harassment, and focus on increasing female participation in the labor force and decreasing wage and wealth gaps, the officials said. The council will also focus on transgender rights and supporting care workers, predominantly women of color. Officials pointed out the COVID-19 pandemic has hit women the hardest. 2.5 million left the workforce in 2020 compared with 1.8 million men. The U.S. Department of Labor's February jobs report released Friday found Black and Hispanic women showed the greatest declines in labor force participation. An administration official told reporters on a briefing call Sunday that the pandemic caused 3 overlapping crises: a public health crisis, an economic crisis and a caregiving crisis, which disproportionately affected women. The official pointed to the passage of the president's COVID-19 relief plan as an initial step to assist women affected by the pandemic, including direct payments of $1,400 and an increase in the child care tax credit. The Gender Policy Council, led by Julissa Reynoso, Chief of Staff to First Lady Jill Biden, and Jennifer Klein, former Chief Strategy and Policy Officer for the anti-sexual harassment group Time's Up, will work with all cabinet secretaries and submit an annual report to the president to measure progress on prioritizing gender equality across the government. Biden is likely to name a special assistant to the president and senior advisor on gender-based violence. The president signed a second order directing the Department of Education to review all of its regulations, orders and guidance to ensure they are consistent with the administration's promise that all students are guaranteed education free from sexual violence. As vice president, Biden led the Obama administration's It's On Us campaign to prevent sexual assault on campus, often visiting colleges to raise awareness. The president said the Violence Against Women Act of 1990, which aims to protect women from gender-based violence, was one of the pieces of legislation he was most proud of during his 36 years in the Senate. Biden pledged to reverse the changes DeVoe made at the Education Department, including restoring policies put in place while he was vice president under President Barack Obama. DeVoe lifted a policy that limited federal funding to for-profit institutions based on students' debt and salary levels and argued that allowing transgender athletes to compete as girls violates Title IX regulations. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona will consider suspending, revising or rescinding his predecessor's actions if they are determined to be inconsistent with the Biden administration's policies, Klein told reporters at a White House press briefing.